Hey, it's Space. I've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2 lately. I got this game at the beginning of the year, 2 years after its release, so this review might sound a little late, but with the new DLC, Survivors of the Void, releasing earlier this month, I feel I can talk about this game as a whole. Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelike looter shooter. This game does something very interesting though. Your difficulty isn't linked to the floor of the dungeon you're on, it's about how long you've been playing. This is both awesome and frustrating. You could make a mad dash to the boss, and maybe even have a chance. Or you can be like me and loot 3 times, just to lose it all in the stupidest way imaginable.
Alright, don't worry. You'll be fine. How many of these do I got left? Oh, that was my last one.
You idiot. You absolute maniac. Risk of Rain 2 has all these really cool survivors you can play as. They all have these unique abilities and have vastly different play styles. Most of them are just different ways of shooting things, nothing super unique. But some of these guys do things, like Rex, who uses health to use his abilities. Mercenary and Loader have no real ranged attacks. The Bandit does extra damage to enemies from behind and has a special stealth-centric kit. Acrid is an alien dog that shoots poison. Multi shoots staples and... honestly, I don't super know what's going on here. Like, I played a few games with him, I don't get it. Huntress can't miss, but must be close to her enemies. Artificer is a space wizard all about one-hitting enemies and, well, avoiding getting hit at all, because that one hit is a game ender. Captain is a support hero with a shotgun arm. Engineer has turrets who play the game for you. And Commando is... well, do you like shooting things? Or shooting things? Or have you considered shooting things? There's Commando. There's some new characters from Survivor of the Void. The Void Fiend has a stance change affected by corrupted items, which changes your gameplay from a long-range evasive character to an aggressive in-your-face death machine. And then there's the Railgunner, who has feet. These characters really shine when you pair them with items. Items are the core of Risk of Rain 2. There is a leveling system to give gradual improvements to base stats, but the true progression is in your items. These items turn a character who shoots 140 damage shot per second to a bloodthirsty maniac. Progression takes place outside of any particular run as well, in unlocking new items to play with. The way to unlock these items comes through challenges. Some of these can be silly, such as chasing special enemies off the side of the map, while another challenge is to get to a randomly placed chest in a specific location in under 10 minutes, 3 areas into the game. And those are just 2 of the challenges. There's a whole catalog to help you keep track of the items and how to unlock them. The other obvious progression comes from losing on Drizzle to winning on Monsoon, the easiest and hardest difficulties in the game, respectively. This can be a really difficult climb, but you get really cool skins for it that you can brag to your friend. Oh. Well, I'm sure someone cares. I care. But ultimately, the real progression in Risk of Rain 2 comes in Familiarity. Now that sounds dumb, that's how every game works, but the difference in this comes from items and characters and how they interact with one another. See, when you get an item, it doesn't tell you what it does until you pick it up. But even then, it doesn't always help you understand fully what it does. What? So for example, when you start out, you can play Commando and you just pick up anything and everything, and there's no real rhyme or reason behind it. You have items, and then you get killed really easily. Oh. Honestly though, when you get to the point where an item is available and you consciously don't take it because of how it interacts with your current build, that's when you know you've made it. And that doesn't always happen. But like if you get Shatter Spleen, you know not to take Tri-Tip Dagger anymore. Or you know which, like, 3 lunar items are actually worth taking. But really, you know you've made it when you pick up Risk of Rain 2. You don't need the DLC to enjoy this game. In fact, only one of your friends needs it to access the new areas and items. And it really means something when the developer gives the community a gift like Survivors of the Void 2 years after initial release, because honestly, this game was great before all the new items and areas and characters. Even more so is multiplayer. I mostly play with friends, but every once in a while I'll jump in a random lobby. While I don't see much difference between randos and solo, there's something about playing this game with friends that's just fun. Sometimes we'll load up the game on Drizzle, select the item selection modifier, and just see how many bustling fungus we can put on one character. All in all, this game scratches an itch that I've been missing for a long time. The gameplay is slick, the co-op is massively fun, and the progression is just shy of impossible, making those games where you beat the final boss that much more sweet. Really, I only have 2 legitimate complaints when it comes to this game. First, that counter in the top right is real time, which makes me feel really guilty about the amount of time I've sunk into a game just to die to a funny green beetle. The second complaint is that no one made me get this game sooner. 9 out of 10. Worth the risk. If you made it this far, let me know if you liked this. I've never made something like this before, but I really enjoyed making it, and if you liked it too, I think I want to make more of them. As always, a like or subscribe is greatly appreciated. It'll help this channel grow, which will give me more opportunities to make more and hopefully better stuff for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.